And joining us now is Marc Lotter, Chief Communications Officer for the America First Policy Institute and former Deputy Campaign Manager for Mike Pence. So, Marc, thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Great to have you. So, what do you expect to see in next week's debate?
Well, I think for the most part, they're all going to be talking about the same thing because they're going to talk about running on the Trump policies because they worked. And they'll all put their smile, their spin, their, slightly different focus on different aspects of it. But at the end of the day, they're all going to try to go back to those policies that we had during the Trump administration, because that's when we had a strong economy, low inflation, a secured southern border, and no war raging in Ukraine. So they will all try to draw their contrasts with the former president in terms of style, but in substance, they're all going to be talking about the same thing.
Okay, so keeping on that track, RNC Chair Ronna McDaniel says she has a feeling that former President Trump will sign the pledge to support the party's nominee for president and will be on that debate stage. What do you think?
I don't think so. I mean, obviously, I've got a lot of respect for the chair, for Ronna. We've worked closely together for so many years. But in this case, if I was working on the president's campaign, I would say wait until the field thins out a little bit. Why stand up there and take punches from 9 different people when you have a 40-point lead? Wait till we get down to, maybe 2 or 3 folks in a few months from now, and then get up on the debate stage, because that's when the true choice is going to emerge. But right now, it's still a one-person race, so let that one person do his own thing.
Yeah, that has been the argument. So there are also reports that the former president may try to counter-program the debate with either an interview or calling into cable news shows. What do you think the impact of that would be?
Well, it would be disastrous for Fox if he did something, because so many of the other networks would be covering what he's doing rather than the debate on the stage that is being hosted on that other network. But ultimately, I think most people, they know where Donald Trump stands on the issues. They know what he represents. So it's very important for the other candidates who are trying to introduce themselves to the electorate to get as many views as possible. Meanwhile, Donald Trump just wants to, whether it's through an event, whether it's through an interview, he just wants to solidify that he is still the 600-pound gorilla in the room. And right now, the nomination is his.
All right. And I'll ask you this, Marc, because I know you know Mr. Pence very well, the former VP, of course. He has been defending himself for upholding the Constitution on January 6, 2021. He said that the number of people angry with him is shrinking. Here's what he told NewsNation's Leland Vittert. Let's listen quickly.
I really do believe that number of voters is growing smaller every day. But for me, the challenge is just going to be to recognize that for the last 2.5 years, my former running mate and many of his allies in the media and the public debate have been telling those same Republicans that things that just aren't so.
So, Marc, do you think this is going to lead to some sort of confrontation or showdown between Pence and Trump eventually?
I do think eventually that they will end up, on that debate stage together, and then they'll both make their cases. But I think where the vice president is correct, that I think that number is shrinking, it's not for the reasons that people are understanding. It's not because people are suddenly taking a different view on January 6th. They're looking ahead to the future. People don't vote in these elections or these upcoming elections based on the past. So they're moving on. They're looking to see who's going to lower my gas prices, who's going to deal with inflation, who's going to secure the border. And what happened in 2020 is less important to folks as they look toward the future. And that is where someone like a Mike Pence, or whether it's a Ron DeSantis or anyone else that's running, that's where they're trying to pin their hopes on the future.
All right. Well, it will be fascinating to watch. Marc Lotter, thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you for watching. Go to newsnationnow.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.